welcome back students, and let's continue with our lesson 3, features of the Constitution, and this is our video 2 and part 2. So in part 1, we ended up with the topic of single citizenship, where I was trying to explain you that whether you live in any state of India, whether you live in Maharashtra state, Gujarat state, Tamil Nadu, whether you live in Lakshadweep Island, whether you live in Andaman and Nicobar, or you live in New Delhi, or you live in Daman and Diu, or any union territory or any state of India, you at the end are known as the citizen of India. So whenever you're filling any form, the nationality is given to you, okay? So in that nationality, we always write Indians. So that is the feature given to us by the Constitution of making ourselves recognized to others that we are the Indians. Whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, you are a Christian, okay? Religion has no bar, race has no bar, caste has no bar. You are only an Indian citizen. So we, to recognize ourselves, we have the Aadhaar card, we have our passport, which shows that we are the Indian citizen. So this is what we were seeing in our first part of single citizenship. Now moving ahead or proceeding with our next topic. Now what is the next topic which we are going to understand? And the second part is process of amending the Constitution. Amending the Constitution. This is another feature. Now first let us understand what do you mean by this word amendment. Amendment in another word is alteration or addition to a motion, that is some movement, or a bill. Bill means any law, any new topic, any new issue you have to put forth, that is a law in the Constitution. You can also call amendment as a change to be brought for some improvement, right? I'll give you a simple example. Now, under this COVID situation right now, schools, colleges, offices are shut down. You cannot go. Publicly, we cannot go. So, it has not stopped our daily process of living. It has not stopped our education process. What was the change brought up by the education department and by the Indian government? That okay, people or children cannot come to the school, but school can go to their houses. And so, we started with this online education system. And there are various systems, various ways of online education. People have come up, new programs have come up with online education. So this change, amendment was brought in so that something can be progressed ahead. A change can be made for some betterment. Similarly, our Constitution has also given us this feature of making amendments or making changes wherever they are necessary in running the government or in the smooth administration of the government. Now, what this amendment can be? Again, I'll give you an example of an amendment. If you remember, when you were small, now you're in standard 7, but when you were like, move back, let's go to the past, when Sri Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister. After he became the Prime Minister, after a few years, he came up with an idea of change in currency note, demonetization, right? All of a sudden, at the stroke of 12, the currency notes were being changed. At that time, many of us must be telling kya kiya, why these notes are changed, ye wo. But there was a reason behind bringing that change, either to stop corruption, to stop black marketing of money, or XYZ, many reasons. So this change was made for some better improvement. Okay, this. Another example I will give now under this COVID situation, right? Changes have been made. This was not been done. Our environment was the same. Vehicles were moving on the road. Everything was there. But have you ever worn a mask and moved on the road like this? Never, right? Never ever. But because to protect ourselves from this virus, we have to wear masks. We have to take care of our own health. We have to sanitize our hands. We have to apply sanitization so that we get protected from this. This change was been brought. This law has been made compulsory that you have to wear mask if you are moving out or in the public place. So it is a law which has been made. This is called as the amendment. Changes made for some betterment, for some improvement. So what is this amendment or what is this saying to us? Now I'll read out from the text. The process of amending the constitution. There comes up a need to make changes or amendments in the provisions of the constitution due to changing circumstances. Right? Like COVID situation is a changing circumstance. But frequent amendments to the constitution may lead to a situation of instability. That is, all of a sudden if you make a change, there may be some instability. Like people may get confused why these changes have been made. The procedure for amendment is specified in the constitution, that is in the book of law. Clear procedure that how the changes should be made is been clearly given. No one can get up and say that these changes have to be done. It has not been done like that. Some rules and regulations have to be followed. Okay, so let us understand what is it. It has been specified in the constitution itself so as to ensure that an amendment is made only after giving it a careful consideration. The procedure, that is the process how it is done for the amendment in the constitution is unique. They are very unique. Unique means on its own. There is nothing other than that. It's only of one kind. It is neither too difficult nor too easy. More scope has been provided for giving more consideration and thought to the important amendment, that is the important changes which are necessary at that particular time. More scope and more considerations are given to that. The procedure is also flexible. Flexible means it is easy to change and to adopt to ensure that general amendment can be brought about easily. Means once this COVID situation has been carried out, once the vaccine is there, then again maybe with a better hope our schools will start functioning smoothly again. Again there will be noise of students, again there will be sound of the school bell, recess bell and yelling of teachers in the class. Everything again will be so it is flexible. Right now these changes have been made for the betterment of the people. So this change can also be rechanged and brought. The previous changes, that is our school, regular functioning of school can also be started. But due to some situation, these changes have been brought. I hope you have understood the meaning of amendment clearly. Yes. So moving ahead, my dear children, the important topic and the next, that is Election Commission of India. Why? The symbol you can see, Bharatiya Nirvachan Ayog, Election Commission of India. This is the symbol of an election. Voting जिसको हम कहते हैं. And the picture, that is at the side I have shown the building, that is the Nirvachan Sadan, Bharatiya Nirvachan Ayog, Election Commission of Indian Office. Now, what is this Election Commission? We know that every Indian, we follow the democratic rule, and every Indian when he or she becomes at the age of 18 years, that is adult franchisee, has the right to vote, right? So, Election Commission of India plays an important role. I'll be reading this from the textbook. Election Commission. You must have read about the Election Commission in the newspapers. Since India has adopted a democratic form of government, that is, by the people, of the people, for the people, right? Yes, for the people, of the people, by the people, by, for, of, yes. Okay, people have to elect their representative periodically. After every 5 years, we have the Lok Sabha election. So among us, if you are of the age of that age barrier is there, criteria is there. If you are 18 plus, you have the criteria to contest yourself for the election as a MLA of your particular region. When the elections are taken, then you will be made to be elected as the minister for the state. Okay, MLAs and all. So there are criteria. So you have the people elect their representatives, and for this the elections have to be conducted in a free and a fair atmosphere. Only then will the citizen be able to elect a candidate of their choice without any fear or pressure. If the government were to conduct election, there might be no guarantee of such free, fair and just atmosphere for the election. Hence, the Constitution has entrusted the responsibility of conducting election to an independent machinery. That means the Indian government, the legislature and the executive has, and the judiciary has nothing to do with this. So this election commission, the Constitution has appointed this free machinery means not any machine, but this election commission is on its own, which functions on its own. This election commission will give the notification, and it will give the permission that yes, this person, after filling the form, whether he is liable to be the candidate for the election or no. They will decide when the elections will be taking place, how the elections will be taken place, what will be the modes of the election, on which date. So here the other machinery, that is the MLAs, the ministers, the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha houses are not responsible. It is completely entrusted and it is completely responsibility of the election commission only. So we have the first, we used to have ballot voting. Now also we have ballot voting, but in a different manner. Now, how is this voting taken place today? Now today, instead of ballot, that is instead of stamping on a paper, rolling the paper, folding it and putting in a ballot box, just to avoid all the advocacy, EVM, that is electronic voting machine, has been introduced. This is a picture of an EVM machine. You can see there are some symbols along with the name of the candidates on the hand. Then you have a machine where the number and the candidate votes in bit conducted. Okay, so let us understand what are the different parts of this EVM machine. One, we have the control unit. In that control unit, you have the ADU, that is the electronic, where it will show that how many votes are been casted. Then we have the EVM totalizer, which will tell us the exact votes. That suppose 500 votes are been supposed to be casted in this one machine. So out of that 500, how many votes are being casted? So it will give you the exact total. Then you have the balloting unit, so where you have the names of the person who are standing for the election along with their symbol. So the person who wants to elect, he will come, he will choose that particular candidate, he will press that button, so the red light will blink and his vote will be casted. So when he will cast a vote, the VVPAT machine, which is there at the side, will tell that the vote is casted, a green light will be blinked and a slip will be fallen down. That means you have casted your vote. This is how the EVM machine works. More details you can find it out from the Google in your textbook. Also, they have given you a activity where you can find out more in detail about the election commission and how the EVM machine works. Okay, so with this we come to the end of our lesson. So the Indian Constitution has given us some of the important characteristic features of a constitution, and in this chapter we have studied only few important features. Another important features of a constitution we are going to study in more exotic manner in our next topic, in the provisions of fundamental rights. So till then we will end this topic. With this we come to the end of our civics portion for our first semester exam, where we have first 3 lessons of civics. So my dear students, please start preparing for your upcoming semester exam. The notes of the same lesson will be sent to you in the PDF form. Please complete it in your history notebook in neat handwriting. So from my side, each and every child, I wish you all the best for your upcoming exam, and also stay safe at home and take care of yourself. Till then, goodbye.